welcome. Just getting set up. Just getting started. Finally. Were you waiting? I'm glad you're here. Are you on the same time as I am? It's I can't see your name. Who am I talking to? Hey, Sky. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. I'm just doing my numbers. Gotta remember what order numbers go in. And then I can switch my brain to art. I might give up in a second here. I was hoping it would give you like the thing to give you a reminder. But yeah, are you 2 hours behind? Like two hours earlier? Is it 4 o'clock there? Let's see, there's 13. I don't know what number you are. 1 hour. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's cool. Yes, my folks are in Arizona, and they're 2 hours now because of the goofy time change thingy. 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. Almost ready. I figured I could wait to do this. So it takes a little while for people to tune in anyway. Okay, but I'm glad you're here right away. I'm just doing this so I can see your comments. You didn't miss anything, just getting started. All right, got the, oh, you got on the app just for me? Thank you. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. I really like it here. I hope you enjoy it too. All right. So, if you're new to me, hi, my name is Linda. I'm an intuitive artist, and we're going to create a couple of miniature intuitive paintings today. Here are a couple of the ones that we've done in the previous weeks. I'm going to do probably about 3, just mini ones. And if you'd like a full size 9 by 12, which is like a little taller than this one and wider, created just for you and with you, you can book a session. And while I'm doing the live, you can use the code on my website, TT for TikTok 33. It'll save you 33%. So I'll try to remember to mention that again at some point. But basically, yeah, so we're going to create 3 paintings. So you'll get a chance to choose the background colors, and then I'll paint what I see. And as I'm doing that, I got to turn this down because I can't, I get easily overstimulated. So the sound's nice when I'm not trying to make words, but okay. So yeah, so I'm going to do a couple of them. Here's just a kind of a look at some of the ones we've done in the past, and then I read them, so it'll be a collective reading. Which face? This one? This one was wild because we started like this, right? And then someone said turn it upside down, which I never, ever, ever do. It's kind of like doing an oracle or a tarot spread upside down for me. But when I turned it upside down, I was like, oh my gosh, it was so clear. Here are a couple. I think that one, this one is from last week, and this one. And you know what I realized last week that I didn't see when we were creating this one was these little things that I said, oh, it's like straitjacket. It's kind of like frog toes. So it's like part frog or something, right? I gotta put this over here so I can see. Reminds you of your face? Interesting. So did you get a message from it for yourself? So here's a couple, and then this, I love this one from last week too. I love that this this being stayed somewhat formless. Oh, good. I'm glad that. Totally frog toes, right? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to move these out of the way and let you pick the first. I'm gonna see how many, but if each person just picks one color, then I'll see if I can. I'll try to do like 5 or 7. So whenever you're ready, just kind of think of it. You know, kind of put it out to the universe what you want to receive or what kind of insights you want to receive. And, all right, 28 and 18. And 32. Hey! 29. 11. 4. 10. Okay. It's okay to be masculine and cry. Oh yeah, that's what that was a big message there. Okay, so I'm gonna start with these. I see the 8 right at the end. So we got a lot of colors. So I'm gonna try. So we're gonna do this little one. See what happens. Okay, now I can read your comments a little better. So I'm not tall, so when the camera's up above the table, I can't really read your comments very well. All right. All right, I'm just gonna tune in a little bit. I hope everyone's having a nice day. Good middle of the week. Well, I'm going to start with the last color that was picked, which was 8. Oh, stubborn little 8. It's got this interesting kind of... I was gonna say it had this interesting thing, and then like I don't know, it's like a voice that makes me sound a little goofy, but I think a lot of you might understand that, so I guess that'd be okay. But anyway, I heard like it's a waltz. Like the 8 was like doing this thing, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting pattern, and it's like it's a waltz. So yeah. And now I'm counting in 3s for some reason, but I think that's just me. My tables are getting a little worn out, so they're getting kind of wobbly. So if things go a little wonky, that's why. Number 10 feels significant. I'm so glad you're painting again. You know, I've gone periods of time without making art, and I can make looking back anyway, I can make connections to my lack of... It's not like my life is any better while I'm painting, but I just cope with it in a little bit better, I think. And what's funny is when I get really super stressed, then I stop doing the things for myself that I know help, like art making. I don't know why I do that. I stop walking, and I stop painting, and I do all these things that I stop doing all the things I know will help me feel better until I finally am like, oh, I did that again, and then I pick back up. Yeah, it's like there's something about using our creativity, that, like you said, crazy whirlwind. It's like using our creativity helps like kind of contain the chaos or gives us an outlet for it. Otherwise we create problems to solve, I think, because we're so brilliant. We got to use that. You know, I mean, really. How does the how does the lighting look for you? Is it bright enough or does it look dark? Because it looks dark to me. But it might be just in contrast to the bright lights, because I have like super bright lights on it. You'd use photo. I love editing photos. Like sometimes with my support group, I haven't done it with this one, but we've used Canva before because it's pretty accessible to everybody. So I'm feeling that this, it's funny because it's like, it's spreading out, but it's not. It's just kind of like moving in place. I don't know dance very well, but I feel like there may be some sort of dance where you just kind of stay in one little area, but you're moving. And that's kind of what it feels like. Like moving in place. I don't know what that means, but that's the general message of the energy. It looks good? Okay, cool. Is a waltz like that? Okay. Interesting. Oh, good. I'm glad that the lighting's good. It's a box step. Oh, yeah. Interesting. So are there dancers here? Is that the energy that's being picked up? Who's the dancer? And so now I'm just, and this is, so when I do private readings, I'm looking at where the majority of the paint, even though, you know, obviously I'm moving around with my own hands, but I'm kind of, it's like I think of it as I'm channeling. So when I go into this state, I'm connected to my higher self, where everyone else's higher self is too. And so it's kind of like your higher self is borrowing my hands. And so they move in the way that they would to give you the message you need. So anyway, one of the things I look at in a private reading, and I'm kind of point something out too here, is where the energy is gathered, like where the paint is. And there's for the most part, it looks like, you know, it's on the outside. We haven't, you know, there's not a whole lot of energy being internalized. Decent boundaries, you know, with the outside crap. Pretty decent boundaries with it. At least we're trying. Let's put it that way. Yeah, but there is a little bit of a buildup over on this quadrant over here. So let's just note that, and we'll kind of pay attention to what shows up over there. All right, let's see. I think I got this pretty dry. And I know it's a small piece, but I think it's significant too that it goes out to the edges. They don't always. So I think that, you know, I tend to interpret the outside white space as like the non-physical, and then the inside is the material. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was seeing some stuff. Okay, it's actually. They're like garage they're like shop rags in a box. It sounds like a parody, but it's, yeah, I like them because they don't have any pattern in them. Then they don't, because if you use the ones with pattern, they leave like the little whatever pattern, which is cool, but you know. Okay. So, yeah, this like triangle of blue right here, that's an interesting thing. I'm getting a couple different things going on here. Sorry, I know I got that right. All right. I have this kind of, it's going back and forth between like a micro and macro. So it's when Okay, then I do too. Yeah, I know I'm like talking in sporadically. There's both, like, I don't know if it's a tiger. It's some kind of big cat. Like there's the nose and an eye here, but at the same time there's like a bowl and somebody. This is the head and shoulders, like someone's holding a big bowl. So let's see. I'm just looking up here. I'm new. What is this? I know that's kind of that's a very common comment. So, intuitive painting. If you if you can go to links to in my, like, if you go to my little profile thing up here, it'll take you to links to about me and different things. But basically, my background is in art therapy and theology. I look at this. So I'm not an art therapist, but I use some of those ideas to work with people and help them see their soul path and visually. So I use art. So tonight I'm using art as a way of doing like a general reading for the collective. Yeah. Okay. Yellow outline too in the corner. Yeah. Let me hold it closer so you can see some of the details, because there's just so much going on, and that's where I'm hesitant. See, what I'm seeing too is like the nose and eye socket of like a big cat of some sort. But I don't want to overlook all these little details, because there are so many beautiful little facets. And so part of what happens is, we look at the big picture and don't want to miss out. Now it's like a boat. Let's see. Let's see. So, yeah. Oh, and I see the wings. That yellow and orange does really stand out, doesn't it? So what I I always say, like, I don't put paint on it until it's like a hell yes, right? So I wait. Okay. I just keep coming back to this as like an eye socket and a little ear. So I'm just going to start there and we'll see what else happens with it. So I'm going to use this number 8 to define it. I'll try to get a little closer. It's almost like a profile of a person too. There's so much going on here. And it's almost like I want to just keep it. All right, I need to look away from the comments for a second, or I'm gonna. Okay, let's see. Tell me about you. powerful coming through, a little intense. I think, yeah, the kind of bear energy, the tiger or whatever, big cat, kind of definitely feeling some sort of I'll just start. Maybe it's just the eye, and then there's other things, but a little water. It feels like some shadow work with this here too, like expressing some emotion. And I also feel like it's just, you know, power. I do see like there's a whole big tiger face too, yeah. But it's interesting because it's only directing me to the eye first, and then like a few little things here and there. It's almost like it's hiding. Like it's like hiding in the, it's like it's stalking me. Oh shit. What are you doing, kitty? Hey, kitty. It's that feeling of dancing in place again. It's like I'm just kind of dancing around. So I feel like too, it's the same feeling, like laying in wait, dancing around. Like there's not a huge rush toward anything, but at the same time, there's this anticipation. And water, so there's like a lot of emotion. A lot of emotion. And a sense of being watched. A little bit weird. Aww. Yeah. So we'll go back to, like at the end is, I will definitely come in and analyze the whole thing. So that's kind of how it goes. Like and that's what I recommend if you do your own intuitive painting and you're wanting to learn from them for yourself. I recommend just do it like paint and try not, kind of just it's kind of like meditation. Just set the ego aside and be like, okay, well, we'll figure out what it means later, because attributing meaning to it too early on can kind of stall it. So be like, okay, yeah, so maybe it means this, maybe it means that. That's a nice idea. It's kind of like if a kid came up to me like, you know what I think? And you can go, oh, that's a neat idea. We'll explore that later. And you just do that with your ego, or your mind, your analytical mind will pop up, and you just say, okay, I'll check that out in a little bit. Do you like tigers? Nice. Yeah, maybe I am painting it because you like tigers. I'm painting a tiger's eye because that's what I saw, and that's what My inner guidance told me to paint. And I'm okay if it decides not to be a tiger anymore. It could turn into something else. Yeah, so it's interesting because I don't normally, because I have, for me, it's kind of like a tarot spread or oracle card spread where I've decided that certain positions mean certain things, and so it helps me to interpret it later if I don't change it. But yeah, there's no, yeah, if we did one last week where I turned it upside down, and then we had this a beautiful revelation with it. So there's no steadfast rules except for the ones you put on for yourself. And that's what, like I enjoy having setting some rules for myself, just to have some structure. It helps me. But in general, wow, so I just feel like I'm spending a lot of time right here, kind of cultivating. I just heard the phrase in my head, cultivating a vision. Okay. All right. Is it going into your soul? That's funny. It's just a kitty. It's just a nice kitty cat. Just felt like I wanted to fill this little space right here with a... Huh. Whoops. That was weird. Maybe this is a head. I just feel, okay, that's, yeah, so I just want to, because I was feeling some like really disruptive energy, and that's why things got a little bit kooky. I'm nothing 1111. Do me a favor, like I will definitely, if I don't answer you right away, it's because I can only look at one thing at a time. And I just, I don't know, like yeah, there's just something. So, I don't really know how to respond to you because I'm not truly sure what you want. But I am 45. So here's this looked like a little dish. Yeah. Hey. Oh, yeah, they do kind of look like people down there, don't they? And the pink. Little pink people. This person, I think this is a person here. Just have like a really long neck. There. There we go. The tiger, yeah, like the tiger eye, Lisa Frank, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling a person like holding a bowl. I don't know if this down here is like a, I think it might be like a pot holder. We're just gonna, like a big mitten like pot holder thing. We're just gonna, boxing glove. Oh, it kind of look like a boxing glove. Am I streaming? No, I'm not on YouTube Live either right now. Yes, thank you. I was, I was feeling like ram's horns too. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So let's see. I feel like this comes down here. Thank you. Yeah, this is I think it's a big chalice actually. Like, you gotta talk about your cup runneth over. It's interesting too because today's like painting of the day had like this, had vessels also, had like a pitcher and so that sometimes, so there's like water, right? So there's like water in the paint, and sometimes when there's water in the paint, it makes like it's hard to control how the paint goes down. So it's reminding me of sometimes, so water tends to be related to emotion, and it's kind of reminding me of, sometimes we don't, some of us, I'm trying to speak in general terms, sometimes we don't want to express our emotions. We don't want to cry or whatever because we're afraid that it just feels like too out of control or lose control, And so that's kind of the indication here with that. But, I'm able to easily recover from losing control with the paint. And there's just kind of like an analogy that it was showing me. Yeah. All right. I do feel like there are people here. And why this one looks like it's wearing like a, I don't know. We're gonna go with it. I don't know what that's about. They're skiing or something. There's one. Like I said, just, go with what you know and then figure it out what it means later. This one's got like this cool puffy hair thing on the front, like, I like it. Let's see what's happening over here. Sure, you can call me a famous artist. You see a bowl? I see something down here like wings or something. I kind of want to. Oh, you see them as bat wings? Maybe that would be. Yeah. It's funny because there's like a little face down here. And alright, well, this is going to get weird, but whatever. Okay. Okay, so this is just some kind of little monster thing. I'm not really sure. It's like a bat cat. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it is. I'm just letting you know. It's a bat cat. Definitely some inner child coming out right here. It's got a tail somewhere, right? All right. There it is. Oh my gosh. It's awesome. Okay. I can feel by the way that my paintbrush is moving, it's inner child coming out. I love it. It's very funny. Striped tail. But white paws. Okay. Yeah, let's see. This right here. Suddenly decided to be like golden. It's a golden cup. Yeah, it is like a gargoyle or something. That's funky. I like it. Yeah. Oh, there's more like little bat things up here too. something right here, though. I'm not sure what that is. Something with horns. Yeah. And then this feels connected to maybe some stars. Oh, that's right. It is Taurus season, isn't it? All right. So now I go in with black and white to emphasize the things that that are just kind of showing me what to emphasize, and that tells us kind of what we want to look at, to pay the most attention to. And definitely this, whatever that thing is, wants our attention. Definitely over here, back where we started. But now with, I can feel that kind of inner child energy coming through with the looser brush strokes, and just like not as concerned and not as that kind of dancing around and hesitant like it was. All right, let me go out a little bit. So there's an ease now. I don't know what that's about, but it's kind of funny. The boxing glove, kind of whatever that is, I don't know. And then let's go right here. And this. Okay. And drink up. All right. Yeah, you made it to the live. I'm glad you're here. All right, so now I'm not doing a tarot deck. I have a couple of oracle card decks though that I do with these paintings. Not this one in particular, but when I do private readings. So let's take a look and see what this one's got to say. But first, let me give you the tour. So this is what I do. If you book a session with me, it's an hour long, and I will create a painting for you that's 9 by 12. So it's like it's probably 6 or 7 times the size of this one. And I'll go through and analyze it, and it'll give you the messages that are specific to your question. But this one is a reading for just anybody watching. It's a general kind of message. All right, let me just see what. So I don't sell these, but I have lots of prints on my website. You can go up here to my thing, and then you could find out about all that stuff. And actually, when I do the lives on Wednesdays, everything is 33% off. All right. Oh, you got them. Yay, I'm glad. Isn't that bat cat a riot? It's kind of reminds me of it, too. It's kind of clown-like. So there's where we started, was with the eye. We've got a couple of like little purple people. Oh, it's a purple people eater. There's a bunch of stuff happening up in the sky. And then there's like, I feel like this is wearing the boxing glove, kind of like champion or something. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to look at first is the left and right. So if we look at, so it's kind of like an oracle card spread or something, right? So you decide what the placements mean, and then what shows up there gives you insights about those aspects. So if we look at, it's kind of like the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So we'll look at this side as being non-linear stuff, more intuitive, creative. This represents more of what's the internal processes. And then this is what's going on externally and more action-oriented as opposed to like receptive, creative. So let's look at internally first. So this is what's happening internally. A lot of introspection. I think of two of like tiger's eye, probably in a process of healing. I feel like there's like the healing of that. It's also, related to creativity and that second energy center, the sacral energy center. A lot of yellow here too, which moves it up a little bit into that solar plexus. So there's a lot of like healing around our own creative abilities, our own personal power, right? And then on the chalice, the cup is on this side, so it's kind of like, and I was like, oh, it's not just a bowl, it's like a chalice, and it's a huge chalice. So when your cup runneth over of this, it's like the abundance is so great, but yet the eye seems to be looking past it, so we may be overlooking our own abundance. But it also reminds me a little bit of like kind of like what I'm doing here with this like kind of scrying, or the oracle, like looking within. But this being's eyes are closed, but that's a purple being representing like the spiritual, or the crown energy center of the top. I think the waves in the cup too are kind of reflective of this spiral. Spirals tend to show up representing growth patterns and learning and creativity. They can represent like coming full circle, but at a new level. So it could be like cycles that are repeating, but then, yeah, I think the eye too is saying like, look. So yeah, like a purple alien. That is kind of like that purple alien. You're right. Oh my God. So you brought the purple alien, Sky. Thank you. But then there's purple people down here too. And they are just, I feel like they're just kind of like fulfilling their roles. This one seems like their neck is on fire or something. But so like they don't have, I don't know. They just feel, this one almost looks like a little bit like Brainy Smurf to me. Do you remember, does anybody know who Brainy Smurf is? Am I aging myself? Please tell me you know who Brainy Smurf is. Okay, so that's what's happening internally. And then what's happening externally is represented by this boxing glove. So it's like, maybe, yeah, there are some yin yang. I do feel like there's kind of a polarity happening too. There's a lot of like stripes and things too. But I think maybe this boxing glove is like, if you're fighting against something, it's going to make it, if you have boxing gloves on, it's really hard to like pick up your cup or, do that kind of thing. So maybe giving, taking the gloves off and putting the fight aside for a little bit will allow you to like drink deeply from this. I did. So I thought for a second it was like a oven mitt, but I think, and maybe that it's because like I don't want to get burned kind of feeling. What was I feeling? I was talking about something about tears. Oh, that's right. There was when that water was added, it was really hard to control. Yeah. and trying to keep the cup just for yourself. Nobody can have it. It does feel like they're kind of hovering over it a little bit, like mine, mine. And then we got onlookers. And there's this kind of like devilish cat thing over here too. So let's talk about this. Let's look at the external. So this is all internal processes. And I just want to remind everyone too, like, and whether you're having a reading with me, a private reading, or as the collective, you are the ultimate authority on what things mean for you and your journey. So just take it with a grain of salt or take it to heart, whatever feels right. So on this external side, we've got this kind of bull, and someone said too, like, we're in a time of the cycle of Taurus. But I also feel like there's like Orion's belt here. I don't know where Taurus is in the sky. I don't do stars very well. I love them. I like looking at them, but that's the extent of it. Year of the Ox, that's right. Yeah. So there's a lot of that. So I feel like that's showing up saying like, hey, it's not just you. There's a whole lot going on that's affecting a lot of people in the same way. And so there's this collective experience. And then down here, this cat, and someone said gargoyle too. It does feel like mythical. It feels like the dark side of Wonderland kind of feeling. And I really love it. I don't know what it is, but I just really, really, it looks fun. It looks like interesting. And so, I don't know, would you follow this cat down? So it could be this temptation to like go down rabbit holes kind of thing, maybe, or like, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, but there's more, and so there's more of those creatures somewhere too. Yeah, I don't know if I'd follow it, but it just, yeah. But that's all of this is an aspect of self. So what is that aspect of self that wants to? So what's interesting too, and I said in the beginning, was, if you look at some of these other ones, where they're pretty well contained and there's white space all around, that's typical. This one goes off the page in several areas. And that's an indication of a connection to the non-physical realm. So there's a whole lot of connection to the non-physical realm right now that's just kind of, bleeding through, or probably the best way I could say it. So if we look at the top and bottom, what's up here is what's active in our vibration. It's what we're aware of. Like, eyes are open, where I think we're doing some self-reflection, doing some personal healing. As the blue around the eye too tells me that it could be related also to that throat, like our personal expression and speaking our truth kind of thing too. So seeing and knowing our truth and then speaking it will be like the next. Down here is what we're not quite aware of yet. And so, yeah, like maybe our little gremlins, somebody said gremlin, and I like that the best for describing what this is. So it's our little gremlins that are wanting to be mischievous in our life, do some like crazy making. And I think somebody right before we started, someone was saying, oh, I'm getting back into creating, and I was thinking about that. And I think that's part of it. So there's this orange, right? So if we don't use our creative power, and this is what this is about. It's about power. If we don't use our creative power deliberately, then we create our little creative gremlins create problems for us to solve. So I feel like that's really what that's about right here. All right. Yeah, I can feel it in my throat. As you said, the throat comes out a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What? So here's a look at that one. So we're going to start another one, but I was going to pull a card around it too, just to get a little insight. Hold on one second. So I've got two decks. These are the, so this is for the love of trees, and I'm sorry that you think your lungs are bad. That sucks. And this is the mandala series. I see a mouth on the upper side and the yellow one, so like it's speaking. Like up here. Maybe it's just like this is the whole, like it's telling the whole story. I wonder what it's saying, huh? So I'm going to pull a card from the Mandala series because it just feels like purple seems like the right color for this one. And I love that it's like this kind of orange and it is connecting to that. It says, be playful. Worry is a lonely endeavor, but joy and laughter call out into the wilderness of your soul so wisdom can find you. So I love that it says wilderness, like the wild, you know. So it's really, maybe we're seeing our inner child as that gremlin, and maybe it's not so much, that maybe we can be a little bit more playful in our serious healing. We can play a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. So that's that one. And I just want to remind everybody, we're going to do another one now. So I'm going to put the paints up and you'll be able to choose the colors. And if anybody wants a private reading, you can book one and you can use the code TT33 up here. If you click on my profile or whatever, you'll be able to learn more about the intuitive painting sessions and all that good stuff. But if you have questions about them, let me know. Good, I'm so glad you're here for it. So let's do another one. Put this one up here. I need to put the paints back together. Don't pick them yet. So I'll try to pick a few. Yay! Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And now when you get a reading, I'm all out of them right now. I got to cut them or something, I think. I don't know what I did with them. But the little calendar thing, I made little stickers. So I've never been like, I've never put a lot of effort into my packaging because it's just me. And I just have limited energy, quite honestly. But I'm now putting like little stickers in with them in a couple little things. So it's fun. That's what TikTok did to me. All you creative people inspiring each other, conspiring to inspire. All right, I'm missing one. Where is it? Oh, I think I dropped one earlier, didn't I? Huh. I don't know. Okay. Do you like this sticker? Oh, good. Thanks. I hear you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no one's stopping you from typing out stuff, clearly. So go ahead and tell me whatever you need to tell me, but don't ask for my attention anymore. Okay. So, numbers. First 5, I think. Oh, okay. I see 31. Oh, my God. Now they're out of order, so bear with me. I see 19, 34, 19, the hell's 34? Someone said 31. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back in. That's enough for the numbers. I just gotta find them now. Let's see. 19, 34, 31, 10, 2 10s. Aw, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, there we go. So instead of the 10, let's do 20. I love 10 and 20 together. 16, 17, 32, got 20, 26. This one's gonna be colorful. 22. All right, that's a lot of colors. I can either do one big one. All right. I'm cutting off at, wait. You already picked one. Okay. Let me, I'm throwing 9 in there, but that's it. Holy shit. Okay. No, it's good. We're gonna throw all of these colors on this little piece of paper and see what happens. So everybody gets one little dot. Nobody needs to let their color go. Whoa, that 10, man. I just wanted to be known. Want to be seen. That one's a lot too. This will be interesting. Lots of good colors here. And the last one. Okay. Let's see. Now the squishy part. Yeah, I put it all in the middle because I knew there were a lot of them, and yeah. Alright, let's see what happens. It's interesting too because it was like, no. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sky. Well, you take care. I'm glad you could pop in. You chose a 6. Oh, good. I hope she's doing okay. It's interesting because it like wants to flow one way and then come back the other way. So take me up, and then we're gonna go back down with the same. Alright. Yeah. I'll be here for a while. So I'll probably poke some cards afterwards too. Huh. Interesting. You know, it's funny because you're talking about the emerald green, and like the only part on here that really didn't turn muddy. I mean, it'll be a lot clearer and more jewel tone when I pull off this layer, but is just this right here. It looks like a face. Can y'all see that? And it's bright emerald green. So you can try to get rid of me, but thank you. All right, so this one where I was showing the last one where all that it was kind of gathering on the edges. This one permeates the core. So we're doing a deep dive this time. Not that the other one wasn't like intense about our power and oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Where'd that come from? Let's see if we can get a little more up. Come back, little paint. What was that? The number 2? Yeah, number 2's trying to run. It's like, no, I don't want to connect with other people. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Let's go right in. A moon. I know, that moon just came right out of nowhere, right? Isn't that nuts? I'm gonna have to look when the live's done. I can download it, and I'm gonna have to look at that because it was not there. Oh. Yeah, this feels definitely like a little landscape kind of thing, but I am still seeing this profile right here too. So I feel like there's, I don't know, goddess energy or something. Maybe this is like a little bird flying in the garden. Grapes. I don't know. Like, are those grapes or? Let's see. Let me give it a little closer up. This does actually feel like a little animal or something too, like the face of like a fox maybe, but I don't know. No, it feels very, I feel like this is a tree branch here. Trees coming up with some foliage coming down. All right. I am though, and like if you're just gonna be disruptive, then I'll have, like, I've never blocked anyone. I haven't figured it out, but I'll make the effort for you if you don't chill. All right, let's see. I feel like I want to start with tree. Trees. The turtle. Like right in here, like like a turtle energy. Yeah. This is heart-shaped to me too, but at the same time, oh, what is this? Oh, hold on. A little energetic surgery. So it feels like there's like something attached to the heart. Something like my old Ooh, it feels like, so that's what I do too, like in a reading, if there's like extra stuff, and I know it's paint, but it's also energy and it's an interpretation, but when there's things like that, those are usually little blockages, and that one felt like it was some kind of like little, I don't know how to say this without sounding really gross, but it was like like an afterbirth or something attached to this heart shape right here. It was like it just didn't belong there. It was excess and it needed to come off. It was like the heart was born, there was excess, it needed to come off. Then down here too, there was like a block. So there may have been something that we're carrying in the heart that from our process of kind of healing and rebirth that was tagging along, let's say. All right. So let's start with what we know for sure. And we're gonna go right up here. Yeah, there's like a baby in utero. You're right. There is like, yeah, it does feel like that. Okay. Oof. And I'm just, it's like focus on the tree right now. There's a lot, there's definitely a lot going on. And I'm just hearing like, just focus on the tree. Okay, I will do that. I don't know why, but I feel like I feel like there's, I feel like really emotional, like crying, but not like that, you know, like when you hear someone sing and you're just like, oh my God, it's so beautiful that it just moves you. Like, it feels a little bit like that, like you tap in, like a coming home, like, oh my gosh. Oh, it's such a beautiful thing. Yeah, like that healing. And that's that moon, you know. Let's heal. Oh, it's on like a little cliff thing. Let's get into that purple. Oh, okay. And that number 20. 20. And that's at 2 wanted to run away. Are we running away from wanting to make connections? I think that if we connect, what I'm being reminded of is, like I love people. I'm not antisocial. I get such social anxiety, like real bad. But I love people. And, I've, been hurt by people, like most of us have been. And so a long time ago, I realized like, oh, I don't have to trust people. I need to trust like the divine part of myself to guide me to, which people or whatever, like that kind of thing. And so that's kind of the two. So like the long story short, this 2 tried to run off the table. That's this pink right over here. And then this 20, which is the 2 and the 0. And the 0 is kind of reminding me of the moon. It's also reminding me of like divine source energy. Combining the 2, which is like, in my mind right now, is about connecting with other people. Combining that with our spiritual connection, our divine connection, whatever, makes it feel a lot safer. It feels a lot better. Oh, there's taller trees back here. put this pink in there. Pink and green are like these heart energy colors, and I really love... I just put my paintbrush in my mouth. That was really gross. Yeah. It's a good thing it's not lead-based paint, right? Yes. I think it's really time. I think, I think we all kind of ask, like, well, what can I do? What's my purpose or whatever? One of the things that kept coming to me was like, it's really time for people to tap into their own inner guidance. I think that's really important. We need to be able to discern things and use our intuition. It's really, really important right now. Yep. Get back to it. Come home to it. I think that's what that crying felt like for me, is like, coming home, like almost like a nostalgia loss. Sometimes I think about the time with my son when he was little, and even though it's like super happy memories, he's not little anymore. He's 20, and like those days they're gone. I mean, they exist in my memory, so yeah, they're gone. So there's like a little bit of a loss and nostalgic. So there's like that kind of feeling. What is this sparkly little thing down here? Anyway, I don't know. I was talking about it just now, but there's something here. What's this now? That color's catching my eye. What is that? 32. Huh. All right. So the 2 again, but this time combined with a 3, and so that 3, that kind of social and creative expression, but also emotional and honesty, emotional expression. So we're going to mix that one. It's actually calling for a bit of water. So, even if you don't have to express your feelings to someone to express your feelings. Like, there are ways to express our feelings that don't have to involve other people. Because that, sometimes, like, I don't always want to tell people how I'm feeling, because I hate when people try to fix it, and I don't want people to pity me, but I also sometimes just need to say how I'm feeling. So this is feeling like this is gonna go out this way, and this is gonna go out this way. And maybe that goes that way. Are these rocks? I think these are like rocks over here. I don't know. Bye. I'm glad you're a part of them too. Yeah, they're like little rivers. I feel like there's something in there, but for now, that's just, I don't know, there's like rocks or something. I don't know. Erosion over here. I want to say like like right here, this water comes up here. Isn't that interesting? Ripple in still water when there's no pebbles. Oh shit, am I singing out loud? I forget sometimes that I, without actual voices talking back, I forget that I'm not alone for just a second. Sorry about that. Oh, are you worried about a car falling on your tree? Oh, I lived in Pennsylvania for a little bit. I lived in Pittsburgh. Funny thing, when I first went to Pittsburgh, I was driving and totally got like sucked in and could not find my way out of the city. And they have these signs that say like orange belt and something belt and whatever belt, and I thought that they were named because it was fall. I thought it was named for the colors of the trees, because on the trees on the red belt were, but then I turned on to like the blue belt and it didn't make sense. So oh, there's erosion around your tree. Maybe it's time to address that, huh? This is flattening out. At first I thought it was rocks, but now with the water, I like that. It's kind of beachy, but I feel like there should be green over here for some reason. Oh, that's lit up. Holy cow, they're bright. Yeah, this bottom right is a very interesting little area, and I feel like, ooh, that was way more saturated than I anticipated. Ooh. Alright, we'll just kind of go like that and say, hey, I wasn't expecting you to show up like that. That's okay, but damn. We need some boundaries, friend. That's what that's about. Let's get some boundaries a little bit here. Yeah, you can come this far, and I'll let the little creeks flow. Maybe we'll add another little. Did you say crick or creek? There we go. Damn. Everything, I just feel like when the colors go down, they're just so intense, it's a little bit overwhelming. And so, it's like, I mean, I have sensory issues, so like lights and sounds are intense for me, but I think this is more of like a message, like, oh, you know what? How about you and your some little corn dogs? How about that? Yeah. It's interesting. I'm more comfortable with the darker colors over here. I'm just noticing. Just noticing. Cattails, yay! Creek. Nice. Oh, that's a good idea. So let's see. I'm gonna go over to that area actually and see what's going on over here. A little bit of shadow work. Oh, again. I feel like there's like some unexpected stuff happening that is kind of trying to get our attention. Like, oh, you think it's just gonna be like this, but all right. It's funny that the first thing we noticed was like this moon, but not really needing to go there yet. Oh, there's a face in there? I don't think I need a thanks for the offer. I don't think I need a moderator for this one. Maybe for card readings or something. I don't know. I'm just pretty focused. I don't know why, but just feeling like one over here. Okay. I love the water. I was thinking they're frogs too, but then when I went to paint frogs, it showed me like footprints instead. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking of, because I don't know, like, when I was a kid, I would always go and catch frogs, and I built them little houses. I didn't know that they didn't like the little houses. But I tried to give them everything they needed, you know. They were my friends, and I loved them. Yeah. Toads, technically, I think. Because they were, like, in the creek. The creek. Hmm. Um, nothing happened when you kissed the frog? What the hell? Just lying to us. The whole childhood is a lie. Lightning bugs, anybody? Or fireflies? What do you call them? Whoops. Fat. This looks like an elephant to me too, and for a second I was like, oh, I should make it into an elephant, but nope, I guess not. Oh. Budding. There's something in the moon. There is something in the moon. I was feeling like this triangle there, and then maybe All right. I think it's done. So for one thing, I have this thing. Every time I say, oh, I think it's done, the oppositional inner adolescent says, oh, no, it's not. And then I have to add something. It's just a thing. And I comply because that's where a lot of my creativity resides. All right. Wow. This one's cool. That's what happens when you pick a lot of colors. So let me see if I can get in here. I gotta lift this up so it's not in the way. All right. And then, owl. I think it's an owl too. Yeah. Oh, it's just so soothing to me. Does everybody feel that? It just feels like, oh, I just want to go here and be there and light a fire and set up camp. Raven too. Yeah. I don't sell these. I might have some prints available, but these are just, I'm just doing readings. So, but you can book your own session and get one. I might put prints eventually someday. I don't know. But, and then every once in a while I just sell off them. I don't usually sell my originals, but every once in a while I do. Yeah, the space under the tree. All right. So that's an interesting little place, isn't it? All right. So let's run through the analysis. So the overall feels like peaceful, but also, yeah, there is this kind of like ominous here. We were talking about some different things. People were saying like skulls or faces, different things. It's kind of a little dark in there. You know, these two areas are a little bit uncomfortable. Sometimes people feel uncomfortable with like owls and ravens too. Like, you know, the predatory birds, they move between realms. And we definitely have this outlier here. This is out in a different realm, so it kind of fits with that. So let's look at left and right first, because it's right smack dab in the middle, which I think is perfect. Yeah, I would call that kind of center, maybe slightly to the right, but for the most part, it's pretty centered. And top and bottom looks like this. Oh, that's right. So before, when we first started, over here I said it looked like a nose, and it was like emerald, and it was real muddy. And then we pulled up, and that moon just showed up. But if I can still see this outline of a face, so if you imagine that's the nose, their eye is covered, and there's their mouth, and they're definitely rooted, but there's erosion. So let's look at top and bottom first, right? So let's look at the top part. Right. Can I use the color palette in a drawing if I could? Sure, go for it. You don't have to. You can use whatever colors you want. If they're mine, if you're inspired by it, go for it. I don't hold any. Yeah. Anyway. So, I'm seeing like circular. So circles tend to represent the self and like the hero's quest, the quest for self-discovery and that hero's journey. So there's a lot of that going on. Like, who am I? Who am I separate from other people? And so this one, I'm going to refer back to the first one we did, which was, about relating to other people. There were some aspects in it, and this one feels very solitary, the solitary journey, but it also goes back to this I, which was also a circle about figuring out who am I, separate from others, right? And yeah, you're an owl. I feel like it's owl, but it could also be raven, and either way, it feels like it's a messenger going back and forth. I think, yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's going back and forth between the realms, carrying that, and it's right central to the core of what's happening. So if you're doubting that you're receiving information, you really are. And I think that's what we were talking about earlier too, is like, it's time to tune in and allow yourself to receive your own guidance, because We need it. We need to practice discernment, practice your own discernment. So we've got some of these pink, lots of strong trees. Let's look a little closer under here. So I was feeling elephant, right? And elephants tend to come up around removing obstacles, but also facing your fears. So there's a card that I created that says face your fears with compassion, because if you run from yourself, you'll get trampled, right? So it's like, don't run away from what this represents for you. This is on the internal side. So if we look at just the left side, this is all what's happening internally, and this is what's happening externally. So the water's coming up to the shore externally, but internally is this blooming lotus over here, water lily, over in the non-physical realm. So there's a whole lot of intuition coming, but there's also, it just depends on where you're focusing. Are you like in the muck, or are you focusing over here where there's a beautiful flower blooming, or are you looking at your roots? Yeah, lots of green. Yeah, I might make a deck. I don't know. I've got so many, because I make cards with the readings, and I've got like, I think 50 images from people's readings that have agreed to be part of the next oracle. So I have a lot of oracle cards to make to add to the deck. Yeah. Oh, and the cattails. Cattails are a wonderful symbol of, much like this chalice here, right? Like prosperity. I mean, they're just this compact. There's so many seeds in there. There's such a wonderful sign of abundance. And the fireflies too lit up. I feel like there's a lot of circle stuff happening too. So let's pull a card around this one. So something's been telling me to take a leap into my business and leave my job. Feels like that's it. Nice. It's nice to get that clarity. Oh, I'm so glad you got them. Okay, so the last one. So it makes sense to pull one from the tree deck for this one, right? We did the mandala ones for the last one. I'm glad you got them. Yeah, it was fun to pack up all those. All right, so let's see what a card can add to the message of this painting. I just am noticing too, like, remember I was saying there was a pink heart right here? Just now, I was just seeing this looks like a big heart right here. So there's a lot of love coming through. Does she like them? Oh, good. All right. Look at that, some water. Oh, this is what I was saying. So, okay, let me just read the card and let's chill out for a second. Devote some time to mirror work. See your own beauty reflected, not just in the looking glass, but in every single thing around you. You remember I was saying when I don't know if you were here when I first started painting, I said, I felt really emotional, like wanted to cry. And there was like this feeling of coming home, or like just, when you hear, I relate it to like, sometimes I get moved to tears listening to someone sing when they're really connected to their soul. And that's what I was feeling like. And that's what this is. It's like seeing yourself reflected in the beauty around you. Like, I think it was Emerson, I can't remember who said, like, you could you can search the world over for beauty, but unless you carry it within you, you can't see it, or something like that. It's a totally horrible paraphrase, but you know what I'm saying. So if you are seeing something beautiful, if you are recognizing, so those of you who are saying, oh, this is so pretty, I love it, it's beautiful, that's your beauty reflected back to you. You could only perceive that beauty because you contain beauty, because you are at the vibration of beauty. And that's what this card is about. And that's what this is saying. That's why there's this big heart right here. It's love. And right at the center of it is this kind of this moon, this pearl, this you, right in the middle. Oh, Go hug your babies. I'm so glad you could pop in. Yeah, so that's what this is about. Devote some time to mirror work. See your own beauty reflected, not just in the looking glass, but in every single thing around you. If you're not familiar with mirror work, look up Louise Hay's work with mirror work. It's great. A great method of healing, and that's what this one was talking about, this healing and doing this work. Look at that eye is looking right, looking at yourself. And I'll tell you what, like self-portraits are how I healed from a lot of my illness. So like when I got I got sick, and when I first got sick, I did a lot of mirror work in the form of self-portrait, looking at myself and painting myself. And it helps. It's hard. It sucks. Nobody, but yeah. Okay, so let's do one more. Yeah. I'm not going to start pulling cards right now, but I'll pull cards later if I still have some energy left. We're going to do one more, and this is going to be just a small one here, and then I'll read all three of them with cards at the end, and then I'll pull some cards for individuals. So what I'm gonna say is so pick a number 1 through 36, and those will be the colors that we choose for this one. We're just gonna do a little one. 27. Hold on a second. I got a mess here. Gotta find them. There's 27. Paint's everywhere. My inner child is singing cleanup time. Cleanup time. Alrighty, so let's see. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to do like the first 5 because I just have this little itty bitty one. But we'll see if maybe I can fit more. 20, 17, 23. 16. Okay. I'm going to try to make it work with all of these. Let's see. I think I already forgot the order, but oh well. They all fit. Okay. Except that one. 11 is like this bluish color. The brown is 23. Oh, it is like an exclamation mark, yeah. seeing more reflection again. Let's get a little closer. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hold on a second. Let's see if you'll follow. We can see this too. Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm glad you could join in. Oh, so much water. Let's get this little fuzzy hat on or something. Do you see it? Oh, maple badger. I did not see that. Trying to figure out. This one might be pretty quick. Oh, it's so cute, making me laugh and smile. It's like, I think that first card that we pulled that was like whimsical wisdom or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was now. Yeah, so it's what you doing? I'm painting an owl. So I put a bunch of paint down from the colors that people chose, and then I'm just painting what I see, and then I'm going to go back and analyze it in the end and get a message from it. So right now I'm just, I feel like there's little berries in here or something too. Yeah, there's a bunch of prints on my site already of stuff just like this. So I do have prints available, and stickers and puzzles and whatnots. You can have one created for you too, from your energy. So this is like a collective channel of everyone's energy, but you can have one channeled just from your energy, with a reading specific to you, like your own questions and things. So let's use pink to come up here. Let's see. Where's the message coming from? It's coming from I'm tuned into my higher self, where everybody else's higher self is at, and it's coming from there. I think little pink berries, yeah? There's a repeat of that pink and green that was going on in the last one. That heart center energy. I feel like, I don't know if it's like a little strawberry, but for a second there it was like, oh, it's wearing a strawberry on its head, but that would be a really small owl. So I don't know what that is, but it's something. I don't know. I'm still working up here, not quite ready to go down to the bottom yet. No, your higher self is not confused and in denial. That's not your higher self then. Yeah, the higher self is on vacation. Uh, I'm just looking at the comments real quick before I continue on. How much are the ones that space? Well, you can check out my profile here. They're 33% off while I'm doing the lives on Wednesdays. But they start at 175, so I think with the coupon it's like 150 or something. And it's for a much bigger one than this. It's an hour long. Yeah, seeds planted. I like that. Yeah. Little boop. I need to go a little deeper with the pupils. Ready? This gets a little bit intense. You ready to look deep into your soul? That's really weird though, is like I feel I don't know. Like, okay. I feel like the owl is also like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a landscape at the same time. It's like puffy clouds in here. Oh yeah, maybe it's Athena. Athena's associated with owls. So water again, expressing our emotions right in here, kind of letting them go like clouds, letting them like be evaporated up into the ethers, letting your emotion go. This is like a little owl egg. Yeah. He's super focused, right? Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird little thing. I like it though. It's kind of like the bat cat from the other one. I'll bring the other ones back in a second so we can laugh at those too. Definitely feeling the number 3 around this one here. Which I think we explored that before too. Yeah. Silly little thing. Silly little thing. Alright, let's see. It's down here. Is it a tree or is it a wing? Hmm. Oh, that's it. You're number 3. Those clouds. This cloud. Oh, or he's such a little serious. I can't decide if it's like really serious or if there's just like really nothing behind the eyes. Oh, poor little thing. At the yeah, more cattails. Let's turn this into a flower. Dang it. Too much water. Too much water. But not, it's just water, just like emotion. Never drawn a dragonfly upside down before. This is weird. Yeah. Close enough. Okay. Well, okay. Done. Done. Yeah, I'm drinking I don't even know what's going on with this, but I like it. Yeah. Aww. All right. So let's read this one the same way we did the other ones. We'll look at the left and right. It's very well balanced left and right, although the tail of the dragonfly is leaning slightly to the right. So let's say that our dragonfly, which represents agility and the ability to kind of rise above things and kind of flit over the surface, the tail end of that action is touching into the external, but it's facing to the internal. The tree is in the internal, and the cattails are on the external. So we have some growth to do. So there's, it's waiting for budding. It's not budding right now, but straight down the middle is pretty well balanced left and right. So let's look at top and bottom. All right. So what's above the line is what's active in our awareness. These are things we're already aware of. We're aware of our ability to, like our spiritual connections. We, our eyes are open. That's what the other ones were showing too. Even though it's kind of a blank stare, so it's kind of zoned out is what I feel like a little bit. But there's guidance, and there's like this celebration of spirit too, and like wearing this crown of like okay, so let me just say, like, wearing this crown of like growth, right? And then below, and the interconnectedness, so that's that flower of life pattern. It's interconnectedness. Now what's interesting is if we look at, we're not, like, you can't even tell it's a freaking owl when you cover up, when you look below the surface, when you look at what's in the subconscious, you wouldn't even know there's an owl, it's totally different realm. And so what's below the surface, and that's dragonflies, they flit about on the surface. And it's interesting too, because you often see dragonflies around water lilies, right? And so their predator is under the water, so they have to be, they land gently to kind of test it out. So they kind of hop from place to place. So they get a big picture look at things, and so they don't see what's below the surface until they touch it. And so this is what's below the surface. But what's beautiful here is the owl, in its infinite wisdom, is wearing a crown to celebrate the leaves that have not but have not bloomed yet. I think that's the core message of this, is like, just be unconditionally happy. The owl doesn't give a shit. Like, I don't care. I'm wearing the crown. I'm celebrating, even though, and then the, maybe the frogs or something are going like, dude, there's no, like, what are you celebrating? It's not spring yet. Oh, well, it's spring in my head, and that's good enough for me. So that's really, I think, like, the sun's coming up. That's good enough for me. Again, with the cattails. So let's look at all three of them, right? I love the eyes that have come up, and that's where we started. That was the very first image that came up here, was this tiger's eye. Oh, I didn't pull a card around this one. What do you think, trees or... I'm going to mix the deck together, actually, for this one. I'm going to shuffle if that sound bothers anybody, just giving you ahead of time. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card for this little owl here. Awakening. Huh. Looks a lot like our moon here. And so that purple, trust your intuition. That's what we've been talking about all night. Trust your intuition. Your path is brightly lit. You can wear purple or use amethyst to heal and amplify your natural gifts and abilities. And I love that purple is right in here. And it almost looks too like that tree line back here too, right? Like that tree line. All right, so let's look at the three of them together. And whether you're just tuning in or if you've been here since the beginning, which is a really long time, this is where we're at. So we started with this one here. All right. Do you like the sound of shopping? Sometimes it's a little too much for me. So thank you for the flowers. Are you wearing purple? Nice. Okay. So looking at this one, here's the eye. Here's that weird bat cat, the little gremlin thing. Recognizing that it's like Taurus season. Now I'm seeing two eyes here, which may have been the precursor to this owl here. Kind of like back in the stars. All right. And then this was the one after that. So it kind of was gradually lightening up, right? So it's real dark in this one. Got lighter with the moon. Looks like right before daybreak, and then the sun came up. So there's a progression. What are you all seeing? And again, there's this heart here. So what is it saying to you about yours? It definitely feels like there's a progression of lots of flight. Yes, definitely. Lots of air and lots of, when I think of the dragonfly too, I can't help but think of, getting a new perspective. And the owl too, or a raven, however you perceive that, it's like moving between realms. And then we've got this too, going to different realms. This one was like taking the gloves off and this is more of a physical thing, or using oven mitts, whichever. It didn't even occur to me that would be the same owl. Wow, yeah, you're right. Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? The owl is flying from the second to be the main focus of the third. Huh. Oh, good. Yeah, so that card was saying, like, wear purple, or use amethyst. So your intention, using that purple color, connect to that crown center, your energy center that connects you to your higher self, and help you to tune in and say the right words, do the right thing, right timing, right? And both of them with the cattails. 3 cattails here, 3 cattails here. There's that number 2 that came up also. I like that there's one eye here. Then we got the single moon, and then there's 2 eyes open in this one. All right, I'm gonna get up and stretch for a second, and then I can pull some cards for anybody who would like to. The raven and lotus are very significant to me. Ravens are the bringers of light. Nice. Yeah, I've to have a crow's vision or a raven's vision, that ability to, that like different clairvoyant abilities. I'll put these up here. Let me get my, I need to get up and stretch because it's a long time. All right, I'm going to adjust a few things, get up and stretch, and then I'll pull some cards. I'm just going to take a short break. I don't want to turn it off, but these originals are not for sale. I might have, every once in a while I do like a clearance, but I don't usually go through the effort of listing my originals, but like once a year. But I may make prints of them. I got a whole bunch to make prints of before I do those, so it might be a while. But there are prints of very similar images. I mean, none of them are similar images. They're all totally unique, right? But there are prints on my site. If you like these, you probably like some of the other stuff that's on my website. All right, I'm going to leave these here for a second, and then I'll be right back. How do I... I'm still learning how to use stuff, so bear with me.